everybody, this is Mary. Welcome back to the kitchen. Hope everyone is having a great day. We are. I am getting ready to make my most requested recipe. Everybody wants this recipe. I've been asked multiple times over the years, and guys, I'm going to share it with you. What is it? Just deer jerky or venison jerky. Ever how you want to say it or pronounce it or think of it. For us, it's deer jerky. Okay. I have some deer roasts that I have trimmed the fat off of and taken the silver skin off of. Okay. I've cut them about 1/8 of an inch thick. Folks, it's going to shrink up. So don't think just because you have a big piece like this that it's going to be that whenever it gets done. It's going to shrink up to the normal size. Because when you take all the water out of it, when you dehydrate it, that's what's going to happen. Okay. I have got about 3.5 pounds of sliced gyros. You could do this in a bowl, and that's how I used to do it. But folks, I found a much easier way. I'm just going to put it into a ziplock bag. And don't worry about trying to write the measurements down, because I will include the recipe. This recipe is so simple, but yet so good. Okay. So if you're looking size-wise, it's about 1/2 a Ziploc bag that's pretty well packed tight in there. Okay. I have my seasonings right here. I have salt, cayenne pepper, and garlic powder. Okay. To that, I'm going to add some soy sauce. 1/4 cup of soy. And Worcestershire. I like the Lea pairings. To me, it has a better flavor in this jerky, but use your favorite. Also, I like the LaChoy soy sauce. Okay. Set this over out of the way. I have 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of cayenne, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, folks, I know that sounds like a lot of salt, and honestly it is, but salt helps preserve. I do not have all the chemicals and all the artificial preservatives and everything in this. This is just all natural spices that I'm adding to this. Okay, I'm just going to pour them in my measuring cup. I found that for me is the easiest way to do it. Okay, you could use a whisk and stir this up, whatever works best for you. But some of these spices are going to settle on the bottom of the measuring cup, and you're going to have to get a spoon to get them out. My philosophy is use as few dishes as possible. That way you don't have to worry about washing them later. And this has a nice strong cayenne smell to it. I've used this particular recipe for about 30 years, folks. I'm telling my age here. Okay. I have that blended up pretty well, and I'm just going to pour it over here. And you can see what's left in the cup. Okay, you'll notice I left the lid off of my soy sauce. I'm going to pour just a little bit more in there, probably a couple of tablespoons. Slosh it around, get more out. Rake every bit of that goodness out. Okay. I'm simply going to zip this up about 3/4 of the way. Mash as much of the air out as what I can get out and seal it. Okay. Then I'm just going to start kneading it just like you would knead bread. That way it gets the liquid and the spices all the way through. Turn it over, just pick it up, jiggle it around. Just make sure you have a good quality bag with a good seal on there. Otherwise you're going to have a mess. But just wiggle it all around, move it around, flop it over. Okay. Now folks, what I do from here is I put this in a 9x13 cake pan or even a cookie sheet. It doesn't matter. And I put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to leave it in there at least 12 hours, preferably 24 hours. And several times a day, just go flop it over like that. Mix it up. That way you know all those spices are going to get on every bit of that meat. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and I will bring you back when it is time to take it out of this and do the next step. Hey everybody, welcome back. The deer has been marinating for a little bit over 24 hours and all the marinade should be soaked in. Let me do a quick recap. The deer was sliced thin, about 1/8 of an inch or so. I trimmed all the silver skin off of it and the fat. That way it's not on there making the jerky taste nasty. Okay. I normally make the jerky in a dehydrator, but I know everyone does not have a dehydrator, and I'm going to show you how I started making it back several years ago before I was able to have a dehydrator. Okay. I normally would use a larger, just aluminum pan, one of the throwaways. I normally use one this size, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use a smaller one. Okay. It's just a pie pan left over from one of the meals that's been washed. Okay. I'm going to spray it with Pam. I'm setting this in this bowl, folks, so it doesn't turn over and go everywhere. I do not want to lose that. My hands are clean. It's much easier to do this with fingers than with tongs. Okay. I'm just going to pick a piece of the deer up. And I'm going to put it in the little pie pan. Don't overlap them, but don't be afraid to cram them in there because they are going to really shrink. So, touching is fine. Okay, let's see if I can find another smaller piece. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have my oven preheated to 200 degrees, and I'm going to put the deer in there. And I'm going to let it bake for about an hour. After an hour, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to drain the juices off of it because there's going to be quite a bit that comes off of it. And I'm going to turn it over and put it back in the oven. And it'll take 4 to 5 hours or so for this to bake. It does get done quicker in an oven than what it does in a dehydrator because I use a lower temperature in my dehydrator. But if you don't want to drain it in an hour, then you can put it on a cookie sheet, and that way it will hold it up out of the juices. But you're still going to have to bake it about the same amount of time. So I'm going to put this in the oven and get it started, and I'll show you what it looks like in a little bit. Okay. This has been in the oven for about an hour or so. Told you guys there was going to be a whole lot of juice that came off of it. So let's turn this around. That is almost a quarter cup. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip these over. And I'm going to put them back in the oven and check them again in about another hour or so. Folks, you can almost touch this because 200 is not really that warm. But we've got it flipped over, and there won't be nearly as much come off of it this time. See, I overlapped that there, guys. And that's not what we need to do. So take just a minute and separate it out. Like I say, touch it is good, but major overlap is not. Let's put it in there. And there you go. Almost a quarter cup. Now, had we left that in there, that would have added so much longer to the cook time on that jerky that we're making in the oven. I'll show you what it looks like again in a little while. Alrighty. Look at this. Nice and dry. This part was a little bit thicker, so it's not quite dry yet. But folks, it's done. My kids are wanting to eat this. But as you can see, it's nice and dry. And it will be a little crisper and a little more firm as well after it cools down. It's just come out of a 200-degree oven. And, you know, it's still warm and a little flexible. But folks, there you have it. You can make deer jerky without a dehydrator. Hope you guys give this a try. Hope you like it as much as my family does. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. Good luck with the deer hunting. We'll see you on the next video.